Hey friends, welcome back to the Mindset Podcast. I am your host, Sally Allen. And today we're going to talk about the power of the compound effect and habit stacking. I was doing some research to see who did this really well. And I knew that I read somewhere that Kobe Bryant, he actually trained at 4 a.m. and he made 800 shots a day. But as I dug more into that story, Kobe Bryant made 800 shots a day in the off season. He didn't attempt, he made those shots. It meant that he made roughly 1,000 or more daily attempts before he made the 800 shots. He didn't leave the gym until he hit his number. Now, that's the compound effect and a perfect example of it. You see, he trained at 4 a.m. consistently because he calculated if he trained 4 times a day during the off season while others trained twice over 10 years, he would have accumulated years of additional reps. Man, this is not glamorous. It's math. And it shows you that when you continue to build good habits, good things happen. Because Kobe Bryant did not say, I want to be the best. He did not say, I want to build a business while he's sleeping in with his dreams. He said, I will make 800 shots a day. This is one of my favorite sayings from Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. And it's so true. And it's all up to you. So today we're going to talk about 10 habits. None of them are dramatic, but they are really powerful. And I have them down here so I don't forget to talk to you about all of them. So the first one is pause before responding. Great leaders pause before responding. They don't respond right away. They think about what they're going to say and they process it through and then they respond. That builds trust within a team. Say someone's name in every meeting. I remember when I first started podcasting and I had guests on my podcast and somebody would say, Sally, I have to tell you, or Sally, and it made me feel good, but I didn't understand why. But people feel like you recognize they're in the room, you acknowledge them, and they feel engaged. And engagement drives performance. So say someone's name in the meeting when you are talking to them. It also, if you have a lot of direct reports and employees, it also helps you remember their names. Ask one clarifying question. This one is so important. A lot of time we want to impose our opinions in those meetings. Now, this is you showcasing your leadership. If you are going for that promotion, these are the 10 tools, I mean, make it clear that can showcase your leadership. So ask clarifying questions. And what that looks like is help me understand. Because a lot of times when someone says the feature should be blue, we want to say right away, no, the feature should be red. But you have to ask how, help me understand why the feature should be blue. It gets that person to stop and think. Now, close one loop daily. If you were having a conversation with someone, for example, last week, go back and close that loop and say, hey, how are you feeling about that conversation we had last week? Always, especially, I've talked about this before. If you had a crucial conversation with someone, you want to go back and close that loop and see how that person is doing. That elevates your leadership. Give one specific piece of praise every day. Find someone to compliment or to give a praise to, not the fake type of compliment. Hey, I noticed that you sent Sandy flowers, or you bought her a coffee, or you did something nice for that person. Or, hey, I appreciate you getting that report in time. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Find something to praise people for. A lot of times we're pretty good at giving the critical feedback, but we don't give people enough praise. Just a good job even goes a long way. Now, stand up when taking the hard call. Posture is important. This might be a small thing, but if you're in your office or if you are by yourself, or even if you're at your cube and you're taking a very hard call, stand up when you're taking that call, because posture changes your voice. And it also gives you confidence as opposed to you sitting down. Just picture this. If you're sitting in a lower chair and someone is in a higher chair and they're talking down at you, when you are taking a hard call and you need to make some hard calls and decision, if you're able to, you're not in a meeting full with people, or even if you are and it allows and it doesn't feel weird, stand up. Replace one complaint with ownership. I'm going to repeat that again. Replace one complaint with ownership. When you feel that you want to say they should have done it this way or you all should have done it this way, think about how could I have influenced that situation? How could I have helped? What part did I play? Taking accountability is important. Taking ownership is important. What part did I play in this situation? You build trust and gain trust that way. Always end meetings with clear next step and direction. I cannot tell you over the years how many meetings I've walked out of and I've heard nothing about what we'll do next and who will be doing it. And I will just sit there and stare like what just happened. Always end with who's going to do what, when it should get done by, and who's following up with who's working together on something. So it's clear. Clear is kind. Everybody knows their part when they leave the meeting. There is nothing that isn't clear. And 9, review your day for 2 minutes. Always review your day for 2 minutes to see how did I do today? What could I have done better? When my head hits the pillow at night, I start thinking, I shouldn't have said that. And why did I say that? Oh, I was trying to impress that person. Tomorrow I'm going to do better. But man, I'm so proud I spoke up in that moment. Review your day. 2 minutes. That's not a lot of time. And then express one moment of gratitude every meeting you're in. And when you talk to people, send a thank you or find someone to thank for something every day or be grateful for every day. Expressing gratitude is so important and it actually puts you in a better mood. Now, habit stacking is so important. We'll talk about that in the next episode. But for now, if you practice these 10 habits daily, eventually they become a part of who you are. They become a part of your DNA. And that will elevate your leadership. That allows your leader to see you in a different light and to see someone who's ready to go to that next level. So listen, if this episode sparks anything within you, I hope that you share, you like, and you download. And remember, if you change your mindset, you can change your life. Have an amazing day until I see you in the next episode.